right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say a big welcome to all of you today. It's been an incredible moment of time for several people all across the world to want to know the essence of our presence, the essence of our presence. And I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome all of you. Please type your name, type where you've connected from. We want to use this as a way to welcome everyone in the yard, everyone in the yard. Today, we want to look at some deep things of life that will help you in 7 areas of your life. Okay, 7 areas of your life. Okay, as I mentioned, these areas, you use that as a way to, you can type them, even in the page. One of the areas in your life is how you learn in your academic life. In your academic life, you're going to learn ways that will help you elevate your mental gymnastics in your academic life. You're also going to learn ways, use the same principle, the rule that we are going to do to help you in your business life, whatever business you are running. How you got to look at it with a certain mind's eye will help you to change the way you look at your business. Also, in your job, your current job you're doing, there is a way you can do your job that will make you uplift your mental gymnastics in a very unique way. You will see how you can apply this in your job. You will also see how you can apply this in your relationship, whether it's in your marriage relationship, whether it's in your relationship with other people. You will see how your mind is designed by God to help you to be able to shape your relationship in a very unique way. You would also see how you can use the principles we're about to show you to increase your income, increase your revenue, increase your wealth. Okay? And you're going to understand that wealth involves bigger things than just money. You're going to see that wealth encompasses our health, it encompasses our relationship, it encompasses our finances, it encompasses our other activities in life. You're going to see how you will use the knowledge here to elevate your wealth principles. You are also going to see how you can use the knowledge here to to achieve anything, to be honest, anything that you want to achieve, because this is natural. What I'm about to give you is a natural mental medicine, natural mental medicine that will help you to succeed in anything that you want to succeed in. So at this stage, I want to say a big welcome to all of you. Esimebia here is a lovely to see you. Enyanam is lovely to see you. Vera is lovely to see you. Lady Lillian, okay. Mami Esijin. See, please type your name where you've connected from. Type your name where you've connected from. Type your name where you've connected from. I want to say a big welcome to Kelvin Heaven, Agatha Mensa, okay, Cindy Annan, Fulera Gariba, Paul, Greg, Harriet Batibe, okay, Carlos Gazu. I love this name. I love this name. Okay, Francis Edu, Christiana Efia Wellington, Joanna Ajiman Yaboa, Laura Acho, Dr. Fedel Quanson, Gideon Stephen, okay, Info Epidex, Dr. Charles Benning, Flora Gariba, okay, every single one, Kukua Willocks, Stephen Mensa, okay, Agatha Mensa, Janet Actor Evans, Fia Bright, okay, Dr. Dorothy Hansen, Letitia Pokua, Johnny Bonzi, Marilyn Aqua. It's lovely to see you, Viva, to Belinda, to Frank, to David, to Alcott. See, if I haven't mentioned your name, please type your name there. Your name got to be mentioned. Your name got to be mentioned. And please, for the last time, you want to put this link to your group page that you belong to. Tell everybody that you know in your group page, whether it's family page, workers page, student page, church page, anywhere. Tell them that what is about to be unleashed is a gargantuan gagamamus, okay, and it's going to change the way we do everything. Just as a way to recap, ladies and gentlemen, to remind you, why do some people, whatever they touch turns to gold? Have you observed that thing? Like whatever they touch turns to gold. It doesn't matter whether they are educated or not. Oh, It doesn't matter whether they are beautiful or not. It doesn't matter whether they are well connected or not. Whatever they touch tends to gold. But other people, they have all the school, they have all the connections, they have all the people. Like they know people. There are some people they know people, they know people, and yet whatever they are doing is not helping them. Why? Why? Why is it that some people do well in most things, but others try whatever they do? They fight, they are working physically hard, but it's not working. Why? What is the power of your subconscious mind that is being harnessed by some people, but others are not harnessing it? How can you harness your inner subconscious mind to your own advantage? Have you observed that some people don't even believe in God at all? They are even atheists. They don't even believe that God exists. And yet, whatever they are doing, they are succeeding. Have you observed that? Now, I will hint on the strangest secret in the world. It will blow your mind, okay? It will blow your mind. I will show us here the structure of your brain, that part of your brain that is helping you, and that part of your brain that is deceiving you. I'll show you that, okay? And please remember that everyone here, you have been programmed for the first years of your life. For the first 12 years of your life, you have been programmed. You have been programmed. You have been programmed in a way you didn't even know. Today, I will show you how you have been programmed, and I'll show you scientifically. I will show you using the principles of neuroplasticity and the teleportation of the human mind. You will understand that you have been programmed for the first 12 years of your life. And it is that programming that is more powerful than whatever you do. Okay? Because that programming is what is talking, that is what is acting, but you don't know yet. And today you will see, once you know it, we shall use 4 principles that will help you to reprogram your programming. It will blow you. It will blow you. So please tell your friend, tell your brother, tell your sister, every single person that you know that we are live. We are live, okay? So I want to begin. And to do that, let me share a little bit on my screen for you. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Dr. KOA, popularly known as Dr. KOA. I'm a lecturer, a senior lecturer, and a professor in business analytics, and particularly in the area of artificial intelligence, machine learning, robotic engineering, economics, mathematical science, and the application. I'm more an applied person. I'm a business owner. I'm a motivational and an inspirator. Okay? I mentor people. I'm a wealth planner and a wealth coach. I mentor about 19 people in 11 countries. Okay? Helping them. It doesn't matter. So most of them are white, but they are willing to take my knowledge because they know the value that I bring to the marketplace. And this value I've given to these people has helped many of them to increase their businesses. Some of them have been able to become better in their academic life. Some have become excellent in the way they create their own wealth. So it's my pleasure to have all of you here. I'm currently in multiple universities, 4 different universities, as a visiting professor there. And I'm happy and I'm joyous and I'm elated to share this with you. Now, first, I want you to watch this video. And after watching the video, we will proceed. It's a short video.
At the age of 7, the subconscious mind is being programmed to live in the world based on From the time we are born until we are about the age of 7, the subconscious mind is being programmed to live in the world based on factors such as our environment, the people we are around, such as our family, and the emotions the environmental factors cause us to experience. Over time, our subconscious mind becomes a storehouse for these experiences or learned behaviors, like skills and beliefs, to form what we call our memory. It is a knowledge base that is home to everything we know, but we have to become aware of this knowledge before we can store it in our memory, and we do that with our conscious mind. All of these experiences we have experienced consciously with our conscious mind before being stored in the subconscious, and anytime we need to access or reference that information, we use the conscious mind. Here is another way to look at it. Your subconscious mind is like a book of you. Everything you have ever experienced, along with the thoughts and emotions that come with those experiences, have been written down in this book. The book by itself is stagnant. Without the thinking aspects of who you are to actively flip through the book and realize the information inside, the book has no use. What's a book without a reader? This is where the conscious mind comes into play. Your conscious mind is the author and the reader of your book. It is the one who becomes aware of experiences and stores the information learned from them inside of the book. It is also the one who references the information that is already inside to respond to experiences. It is the actively thinking part of your mind, while the subconscious is the storehouse for the information that gives rise to thought. In other words, it's like the conscious mind is the thinker and the subconscious mind is the information that gives rise to thought. Without the conscious mind here to think these thoughts, the information stored in our subconscious is meaningless. And without the subconscious mind there to store the information, there are no thoughts for the conscious mind to think. Without the subconscious there to store information, there is only the conscious mind to be aware of the moment, but not to take anything away from it. When we are younger, we are much more active with our conscious mind as we try to fill up the memory space in our subconscious. But as we get older, we tend to rely more heavily on our subconscious program to operate in our daily lives. For example, when you learned to ride a bicycle for the first time, your conscious mind was extremely engaged in the activity because you were just learning how to do this. But now, when you go to hop on a bike, you do so with very little thought required. This is because when you learn how to ride for the first time, that information was stored in your subconscious so that you don't have to relearn to ride a bike every time you get on one. Your conscious mind was responsible for learning that behavior or skill, and your subconscious mind was responsible for storing that learned knowledge. You have been subconsciously programmed to ride a bike, and you now operate on that program when you ride one. By operating on that program, you free up your conscious mind to focus on things like the surrounding traffic to further ensure your safety. The conscious mind and the subconscious mind are separate aspects of our mind, but they work together. These two powerful forces working together, and specifically the amount of information that can be stored in our subconscious mind, is what makes us humans such a powerful and advanced species.
Wonderful. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me share something with you. So, when you were born, something happened. You didn't know. Your mother didn't even know. And a lot of people didn't know this. When you were born, the first 7 years of your life, you are in a level called a theta state. I'll talk a lot about a theta state today. But the first 12 years of your life, you were being programmed. And that's why the way you have been programmed when you didn't have control over, because when you are young, you normally don't have control over what you are doing, isn't it? But when you now get to a point where you have control over yourself, you still operate as though you are being controlled because your subconscious mind has accepted that thing and is doing that. Now, before I proceed, I want you to please click on the like button here. Okay, please click on the like button. For those of you who are here who have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel because it helps us to engage ourselves in the algorithm. Okay, please click on the like button so that I know that I'm doing a good job. Now, I want to give you the following books. Keep them with you until you decay. It will help you. It will shape you. It will pal you. The first book is by Joseph Murphy. Dr. Joseph Murphy is a doctor, and he wrote a book called The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. See, it's not the power of your mind, it's the subconscious mind. And today I'll hit up on that. Also, read a book by Napoleon Hill. Go check the records. Okay, research shows that about 80 to 90% of all those people who have achieved things in the world have made impact in the world, whether through inventions, whether through R&D, whether through academic excellence, whether through business excellence. All of them have read a book called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Also, Dr. Norman Vincent, okay, he wrote the book called The Power of Positive Thinking. Okay, it's deep, it's deep. Okay, I'm giving you these things so that it will help you beyond this course, so that you can appreciate it. Read the greatest book of all times by Rhonda, okay, known as The Secret. It will shape the way you think. So what I'm just doing is I'm just giving you some books that will perpetuate your learning procedure. Please listen. If you don't like to learn, you die. If you don't learn, you die. And that is why even the invisible, powerful God, okay, when he came down, he has to learn to, to be a baby. He has to learn his way to become what he became. Okay? So it doesn't matter who you are. Learning is infinite. Knowledge is infinite. Everything else is finite. You can die. You can die tomorrow. You can die, and your knowledge will live on. You can die, your knowledge will live on. And so you cannot joke with knowledge. Your knowledge is more powerful than even you. And so you got to be used to learning. And when I say learning, I'm not talking about just reading books. I'm talking about listening to people who can give you knowledge. Hosea chapter 4, verse 6 says, lack of knowledge, my people perish. They are not perishing because they have the knowledge. They are perishing because they are not using the knowledge at your disposal. Okay, so let's begin. Let's begin. Okay, we've not started. Let's begin. Okay. Let me give you the first principles why you got to know where you are now in your mindset. Ladies and gentlemen, if I give you $1,000, if I raise $1,000 in my hand right now, and I asked you to raise your hand if you want this $1,000, research shows that many of you will raise your hand. And you know very well I'm going to give it to you. Many of you will raise your hand, but many will not take the action. They will not take the action to actually collect that $1,000 because to them, you see, it's their programming. Because to them, they think I'm only asking whether you want it. And so they do not take action. So a lot of people want things, but they don't take action. Why? Because they have been programmed. They have been programmed. Now, what do I mean by they have been programmed? They have been programmed in such a way that as a child, you got to follow what you are told. So it is when you are told to do before you do. I'll give you an example. When you tell people to do certain things, normally they don't want to do until they know you are going to give them something in return. So when they know you will get something in return, that is when that same thing they didn't want to do, they now want to do. Why? Because they have been programmed to follow laws, to follow principles. So the first 12 years of your life, you have been programmed. Now that programming can be powerful or it can be bad. It could be that you have been programmed. Okay. For example, in the video that you watch, and I'm going to show you a video that will blow your mind. Okay. When you start doing a bicycle, or when you start driving, you see the way you hold the steering wheel. You're holding the steering wheel like this, as if you're about to die. Okay. Okay. I think some of you were not seeing me. Let me show myself now. Okay. You are holding the steering wheel as if you are about to die. You are holding the steering wheel as if you are afraid. But the moment you start learning to drive, it becomes comfortable. Why? Because your subconscious mind begins to download how to drive easily into it. So the next time you sit in the car, you don't hold the steering wheel like this anymore. Okay? Why don't you hold the steering wheel like that anymore? You don't hold the steering wheel like that anymore because your subconscious mind knows how it operates. And so you naturally do that. Now, what if your subconscious mind was wrongly programmed? What if you have been programmed to actually, learn how to bomb people when you were a child? You will begin to realize that it gets to a point where it is easy to bomb. If you have been programmed to see blood, you know the way medical doctors, when they see blood, they are comfortable. They are not too afraid. They are not too worried because their subconscious mind has agreed to it. And so that thing, you might run away when you see a dead body. Someone who has been programmed, okay, to easily deal with dead body will easily deal with dead body. So your programming matters. Your programming matters. What you have been told over the years matter. And you see, let me tell you something. Even the pastors and this religion that we worship, they program us. Okay, some of them they program us in the wrongly. And so we do think that the way our church is telling us that is the best. But that is a wrong program. And you are going to see this very soon. You're going to see why I'm saying this. Because there's a difference between knowledge and religion. There's a difference. Knowledge is universal. Religion is not a universal. Religion is finite, but knowledge is infinite. So the first 7 years of your life, you were not a human being. You were not even using your conscious state. You were in the theta state. Ladies and gentlemen, the theta state is the first state, and it only happens between the age of 0 up to the age of 7. That is why when a child is around 5 months, 6 months, 1 year, that child is not afraid of a lion. Because that child is not in the conscious state. The child is in the subconscious state. So even if a lion comes into the room, the older people who are in their conscious state, they will run away. But a child will not run away. Why? Because that child is still in the subconscious state. We call it theta state. It is from the theta state before you go to the alpha state. The alpha state is the state of consciousness. That is when consciousness begins. But right now, most of you here, you are old. So what it means is that most of you have missed the theta state. It's bad because you can't go back to when you were a child. You are rather now operating on the premise of your alpha state. You are dead in your theta state. And so, in order to achieve, so some people, no matter what they are doing, for example, I'll give you an academic, for example. No matter how much the person is learning, he's still not passing. Meanwhile, he's learning more than everyone, but he's not passing. He's learning, he's not passing. But somebody will learn small and he's passing. Why? The reason is because that person was originally positively programmed about how to learn. And he's using that naturally. So when he picks it up, like when you start driving, okay, your brain has already downloaded the driving instructions into your cortex. And so it becomes easier for that person to now operate in that regard. And that is why I'll show you how to remedy the situation. I'll show you how to handle the situation. The first way to handle and take yourself out of your program and reprogram yourself, okay? One is by hypnotism. A hypnotism is like a child. When a child is touching fire, the child doesn't even know that is fire. That child is doing whatever. So you got to hypnotize yourself. And there's a way you can do that. Okay. The whole principle of hypnotizing yourself is a whole new course that you will learn. Okay. But I'll give you a bit of an idea. One of the things you got to do to hypnotize yourself is that 30 minutes before you sleep, put your phone away. Anything that shows a screen, don't look at it. In fact, 30 minutes before you sleep, one thing you can do is that you can turn off the light and actually sit in the darkness. Sit in the darkness. Okay, look at the darkness. Speak to someone. Talk in the darkness. Don't look at anything. Okay, change anything. Stop everything. And when that happens, that will actually disturb the way your brain has been working. It will change the mindset. It will help you to be able to now look at things in the theta state. You are like in a hypnotized environment. Okay, you are like in a subconscious environment. And when you now go into sleep, which is called the dream state, Your brain is able to do incredible things. Ladies and gentlemen, that is why when you are asleep, when you are dreaming, you can do marvelous things. Have you observed that? When you are dreaming, you can do marvelous things because you are now gone back in that sort of hypnotized state, that sort of theta state. And so, what you do in the last 30 minutes of your life, especially without your eyes seeing, but now your mind is working, what do you do? Okay, when you think about matters, and that is connected to meditation. So, be 30 minutes before you sleep, whilst in the darkness, think about some great things you have achieved in life. Okay, think about some great things you have achieved in life. Think about some wonderful things that you are doing in life because it's going to help you. It's going to help you to be able. So think about positive things. Think about if you are an academic person, think about having A in all your subjects. If you're a business person, think about how you have achieved the greatest laurels in your business. Think about some of the great places you have visited. Think about the wonderful things you have achieved. If it is your house you have built, the car you have bought, the travels you have made. Think about all of those great things. And as you begin to think about these, it will now transcend into your sleep state, what we call the theta state, your dream state. And your brain is more powerful when you are sleeping than when you are conscious. And this will gradually reprogram you. So if I want whatever, I begin to now move into a theta state. This is a portion of your hypnotism. There is also the teleportation of the human mind, okay, which will be a different thing that we'll talk about. So multiple exposure to new information will alter your belief system. I want to repeat that. Most people have not accomplished what they have to accomplish in life because they do it once or twice and they forget. So, for example, this theta state I'm telling you about, somebody will just do it once, twice, a week, 1 month. Is wrong. It's wrong because you see, at the state where you are now, you can't go back to your 0 to 7 year state. At the current situation where you are now, you cannot. So the only way is that you got to force yourself and hypnotize yourself. So you got to do multiple times. Guys, I had to do this many times. Sometimes you look at yourself in the mirror consistently and speak positive energy to yourself in the mirror for 10 minutes. I am beautiful. I am wonderful. I am powerful. I will become the CEO of the company. I will become, you will become that. You speak those things whilst you are looking at yourself in the mirror. You magnetize the conditions that you seek. It has to continue. Sometimes you got to continue this for 1 to 7 years. The same how long it would have taken if you were in your theta state. And that is how you regulate yourself. That is how you build yourself. That is how you energize yourself. It helps you to be able to move in the direction of your most important. The second thing is that you must have a first mover advantage. A person's ability to be better off than other people is as a result of him taking the first action. So most of the time in life, let me tell you, a lot of people, they don't take first action. They want others to go first. And then when others go and they fail, quote and unquote, then they think that, oh, then it's not for me. Oh, you go and do it. When it works for you, then come and tell me. It's bad. You have to always be the first to take the first mover advantage. This is a powerful principle of the Stackelberg monopoly, which a lot of people don't know. Take action. Be the first to take action. Go where angels fear to tread. Venture even where angels don't want to go. Because here is the thing. It will change the way you think. I was once upon a time going to Dubai. And when I was going, there was one lane that a lot of people were using the lane. And there was one air hostess who was checking people's passport. But there was another lane, nobody was using the lane. In fact, when you normally get to the lane, you will be tempted to follow the main one because the main one had about 100 people. But this second one, nobody was following it. My theta state, the way I've learned things is to have first mover advantage. Just venture. After all, whatever will happen, isn't it? Do it. So I decided to not follow the long one, but I'll rather follow the one that nobody is there. I went, and whilst I was going towards that, I could see a lot of people were looking at me. Some were laughing at me. Some were even insulting me. Somebody was probably even saying in there, who is this twat? What is he thinking about? Does he think that we are fools? Does he think that we are just here for nothing? Does he think that we are just joking? Okay. And so whilst I was going, I could see in my mind's eye that a lot of them are watching me. Guess what? When I got there, the air hostess who was sitting there looked at my passport and bam, told me to go into the plane. Now, what do you think the people on the other side would do? Now, as I was going, I was looking back and I could see most of them now joining my lane. Have a first mover advantage in life. Have a first mover advantage in life. Now, sometimes it will not work. I remember I was going to Maldives. Okay, it didn't work because when I moved from that lane, and I saw the same thing when I moved from the choked lane and I went into the new lane. Okay, I could see the lady, the air hostess telling me, "Come on, move up," and told me to go and join the queue. So sometimes it doesn't work. But the thing is that what do you lose? What do you lose? Take action from your hypnotized situation. And a lot of people don't take action. Many people take action and they fail, and they take action and they fail, and they take action. What you are doing is that you are training your mind to venture where industry of trade, and that helps you significantly. Now let's move on to the next one. I want you to watch this video I'm about to show you, and it is from Oprah. By the way, in case you don't know, Oprah Winfrey was raped at the age of 9 years. Terribly raped. Oprah Winfrey, the first Black billionaire on the planet. I want you to listen as he interviews this doctor on the power of your mind. It will blow you into pieces.
Experiments you can do, but we can do the simple.
Looks like it's not playing. Let me see why that is so. Let me just go back slightly and come back here. Okay, so it looks like it is slightly delaying in its coming. I don't know why. Oh, this is it should happen. All right. For some reason, it's not playing. When I'm able to get it, I will show it to you. Okay, I'll show it to you. But that's video. That video is a very important video that can help you to be able to. I'll get it back. Okay, I'll get it back. So let's look at the brain, the way your brain, and why some of your colleagues are doing well in life than you. You see, you think that Mark Zuckerberg is better than you. Is that what you think? You think that the president is better than you. You think that someone has an advantage over you. You think that somebody was born in a better family than you. Is that what you think? You think that someone is living abroad and you are not living abroad, and that is why you are looking bad in life. Is that what you think? No. No. Your human brain is a very powerful thing. The front of your brain is called a frontal lobe. But I'm more interested in the back of your brain, the cerebellum. Ladies and gentlemen, the brain is a very complex organ. It controls your thoughts, your memory, your emotion, your touch, your motor skills. It even controls your vision, your breathing, your temperature, your hunger, and your every process that regulates your body. So let me tell you something. If you step on a nail, okay, you will feel pain because of your brain. The brain is the last thing to die in the human body. Okay, that is why we have death and chemical death. So your brain is a very powerful thing. You can have something painful. Okay, something can cut your ear. You can have blood oozing, but you will not even be aware that blood is oozing on your ear until somebody brings your attention to it. The moment the person brings your attention to it, immediately you start feeling pain. Have you observed that thing? Have you observed that thing? You start feeling pain. And why is that so? Because there are synapses in your brain that recognizes that. So your brain can determine. That's why you can have pain when you don't have pain. That is why some people, whatever they touch turns to gold. Because their brain, the same thing that is happening to you that you are crying, that person is not crying. Why? Because their brain has been designed in such a way that it changes the mind. Now, the brain is matter in your cranium, but it's not the mind. Okay, dogs have brain, cattle, they have brain, mosquitoes have brain, but human beings have brain and mind. Now, these animals don't have the mind. The mind is intangible. The brain is tangible. The difference between a man and a pig is mind. The human being has got the ability to be aware. It doesn't behave on the principles of instinct. But let me tell you, a lot of people are behaving like animals. A lot of people are behaving on the basis of instinct. But as a man, you got to use the brain, because the brain doesn't like to think. That is why it thinks. Let me repeat that. The brain doesn't like to think. That is why it thinks. That is why Proverbs, the wisest man who ever lived, King Solomon, okay, that is why he says that as a man thinketh, so he is. So the way you think, it manifests itself in your result. And I'll show you a certain chart very soon. But when you are thinking, you're not thinking with your conscious mind, you're thinking with your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind doesn't take anything for a joke. It will give you whatever you ask for. Okay? If you ask your subconscious mind that you want to be a millionaire, you will be a millionaire. If you ask your subconscious mind that you will become the best student, you will become the best student. But your subconscious mind will want you to prove to yourself, your it, that you want that. I'll give you two examples. I have a friend in Ohio. He had cancer. And when he had cancer, he was told by the doctor that unfortunately the cancer has grown so badly that he has 2 months to die. Can you imagine that? That you have 2 months to die because you have cancer. Now, guess what happened? This guy all of a sudden came back home. His life is changed. Okay? He started not eating. He started shaking. He started shrinking. He started getting tiny. He started getting tiny within a period of about 2 months. Okay? It was about 1 month. The guy has squeezed. His bones were beginning to pop out. And so he had to go for checkup. The doctors called him and told him that they have something they want to discuss. One doctor came to him and told him that we are sorry. We made a mistake. Your results conflicted with somebody's result. And so we come to realize that you don't have any more cancer. So why was he shrinking? Why was his body not improving? Why was he looking very, very bad? Because his mind is making him get bad. Now, the moment he was told that that was a mistake, the guy, within a period of 2 weeks, his body started getting better. His health started getting better. His everything started getting better. All because the doctor told him. Oh, no wonder King Solomon says that as a man thinketh, so he is. And so this guy had no cancer, but he was experiencing the cancerous effect, the symptoms of cancer. And that was not his cancer, that was his subconscious mind. I told you, your subconscious mind does not take anything for a joke. So instead of working so hard at things, work hard at your mind. Work hard at your brain. The way your brain will regulate the mind is very important. Okay. The brain is different from the mind. The way your brain is structured is physical, but your mind magnifies the conditions of the brain. So that, my friend, told me that he almost died simply because he believed he was going to die. Hey, read Dr. Eventon. He actually speaks about the biology of belief and the biology of hope. It's very powerful. You believe you are going to die, so already you started dying. You believe you are going to win, so already you started winning. You believe you're going to fail, and so already you have already started failing. Even though you are learning, you are still failing because you believe you are going to fail. Even if you don't tell somebody that you believe you're going to fail, you have already told yourself. See, the biggest enemy is the enemy inside. And like Stephen is saying, it's called a placebo effect. But you see, the placebo effect is a very powerful effect. But this one is not a placebo effect. This is the nocebo, okay, effect. The nocebo, okay. I'll show you a video later, okay, about this for you to appreciate the nocebo effect. The nocebo effect can change you negatively. I'll give you an example again. I went to Dubai and I went to invest in real estate. And I got to Dubai. They met me with a limousine and they took me around in multiple places. And I went to the place. They took care of me. Incredible. It was a wonderful living. After 1 week, I met people. I met this one. I met this one. I went to see the buildings and everything. Then I paid $25,000. When I came back home to Africa, then I had a friend who had gone through the same situation in a conversation. Then he told me that my money is gone. He told me my money is gone. He says, "KWAKU, your money is gone." And I said, no, it's not gone. I started calling the people. I even paid a down payment of $25,000. I was supposed to pay $200,000. And guess what? I lost that $25,000. It was gone. Now, that day, I made a conscious, deliberate decision. And I told myself, I will get that money back in 6 months. Whatever I have to do to work. So I told myself, it doesn't matter, no problem, I'll get it back. Now, that money was a huge money that I had. And I put in effort to run my other businesses. And within a period of 4 months, I made $45,000. What's my point? I could have been crying. I could have been complaining. But I told my inner being, my subconscious mind, I will until. I will until. And I kept telling myself that. I kept telling myself, of course, I will do the hypnotism state. I will look into the mirror. I will speak to my mean self. And I went in that state and I achieved beyond what was taken. You think that your country where you are, you're having inflation. You think nobody is facing inflation. Everybody is facing inflation. You think that the course you are doing, you think is hard. You think nobody thinks it's hard, but they are doing. You got to tell your inner being, your subconscious mind, that I will do it. Be so positive about it, and it will give you. At the back of your brain, okay, towards the end of the spinal cord, is known as the reticular activating system. I want you to listen to this video. It's the first man who was able to run a mile under 4 minutes. He broke the 4-minute barrier. He's called Roger Bannister. Roger Bannister. Now, I want you to watch this.
The common belief, the universal belief, because it had been tried again and again and again, and people had failed, the belief was that man was not physically capable of breaking the 4-minute barrier, that he could not run a mile in less than 4 minutes. That was the belief on the planet. It had never been done. But here's what happened, ladies and gentlemen. Roger Bannister came along, and he broke the 4-minute barrier. Now, here's what's significant about that. Since that time, up to this day, over 20,000 people have done it, including high school kids. What changed? 20,000 people. What changed? Here's what happened when they got on the track. They knew it had been done. And because they knew it had been done, there was a new belief about this barrier, about this goal that was unreachable. And those 20,000 people got in a race believing, knowing in their heart that someone had done it, that it's possible that they could do it. And I'm saying that if you know anybody that had some goal, some dream, something they wanted to do, and they did it, then I'm saying that you know in your heart that if someone has done it, then you can do it. It's possible. And that if someone can make their dream become a reality, that it's possible that you can make your dream become reality. And so as you begin to look at where you want to go, beginning to embrace that, it's possible. I'm blessed and highly favored. I've got a lot going for me. I got some good stuff in me. And it's possible that I can bring my greatness out here in the universe. That I can do what I want to do. It's possible I can write my own book. I can have my own business. I can take the trip and travel around the world. It's possible. I can bounce back from adversity and reinvent my life. It's possible. Regardless of where I am, the things can get better for me. It's possible.
Exactly. It is possible. It is possible. You think the people that have made it in the world, you think they are better than you? You think it is possible. So why would you think that you are not a better person? What makes you think that these people are better than you? What makes you think that you cannot do it? Because you think that he is a professor and you cannot do it. Because you think that he is a celebrity but you don't have. You think he is rich but you are not rich. You think he is educated by your mind. Your mind. That is your enemy. That is your enemy. You got to move every inch in your blood. I'm telling you. Ladies and gentlemen, it's difficult at first. The way your mind has been programmed is difficult at first. You even see that it's not possible. But it is possible. It is possible. It is possible. Let me give you the 4 rules of the mind, and it will blow you into pieces. The first rule: what you focus on expands. If you keep saying that no one loves me, no one loves me, no one cares, then I tell you, no one will love you. It's not magical, but the thing is that you will be doing certain things that will make no one love you. Because you think already that no one loves you, you will not even do the easiest thing that will make people love you. And then they will not love you. And then you will say that, but I said that no one loves me. If you keep saying that, I don't think I can make it. I don't think I can make it. This is not for me. This thing is not for me. This business is not for me. This job is not for me. This work is not for me. This relationship, I'm done with it. This relationship, I'm done with it. This academic work, I'm done with it. If you keep saying that, Master, you better rather take a knife and cut your neck. Because that statement that you are doing is worse than taking a knife and cutting your neck. Why do you insult your subconscious? Talk like a diamond. Talk like a diamond. If you want to be like a diamond, speak like a diamond. Your thoughts can affect your health. Your thoughts can affect your health. Okay, you will not have HIV, but your thoughts can be HIV for you. So here is the first rule. An idea programmed into the subconscious mind will remain there until it is replaced by another idea. Now, the only way you replace is by reprogramming. It will remain there. And remember, I told you that some ideas have been programmed into your subconscious when you were not even aware. When you were not aware, when you were a child, when you were 0 years, when you were 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, some ideas your mother, your father, your pastor, your family members, your teachers, they have programmed dented things into your brain. And you have accepted those things as if they are yours. That is your enemy. That is your enemy. The less the conscious effort, the more the subconscious mind will respond. And so you will see that you will be doing a lot, but your subconscious mind is not allowing you to achieve it because you have already programmed that thing into the being. And that is why some people in academic, they will be learning small. And some people will say that, but this guy is not even learning. Why is he getting A all the time? Because his subconscious mind is helping him. His subconscious being is helping him. You are dealing with only consciousness. You do a business, the same business. Some are doing well, you are not doing well. The reason is because of your subconscious mind. Look, even what I'm telling you right now, somebody might not believe it. What I'm saying right now, somebody might say, Masa, you are talking too much. But I'm telling you, that subconscious mind is the reason why you are saying that I'm talking too much. You are being programmed to think that anything coming from some people or certain people is not true. You have been programmed to think that everything is even false. And so, because of that, you do not attach seriousness to it. But I'll give you an example. For example, you all want money. We all want money, isn't it? But many people have been programmed that money, too much of money is bad, isn't it? Who told you? Who told you that too much of money is bad? Now, first, how do you even define the too much? It's your programming. It's your programming. Now, do you know that what you call too much is 1,000? But somebody, 1 million is too much. Okay. So what do you think is too much? 1,000 is too much, or 1 million. You think 1 million is too much. You go and ask Bill Gates. Ask Bill Gates whether 1 million is too much. Meanwhile, he doesn't chase money. So your programming is making you. So even if God, listen, even if God gives you an opportunity that will make your life better, you will still not get it because you believe that you don't even deserve that. Now, why do you think that King Solomon became the wealthiest man in the world? When God told him that I'll make you wealthy, why didn't King Solomon say that please, too much of money is bad? God, why? I don't want it. I don't want it. I want small, like Apostle Paul said. I want small. Why didn't King Solomon do that? Now, King Solomon did not reject what God wants to give him. He accepted it. He embraced it. He looked out for it. And what happened to him? He became the wisest as well as the wealthiest man in the world. Your programming is hurting you. Your programming is that money is not good. It's a lie. It's a lie. That is what is. So why are you working? Oh, I don't want plenty. I just want to be paid $5,000 a month. Really? If you have that mindset, $5,000 is okay. How do you define what is okay for you? Do not define what is okay and what is not okay. Too much money is not bad. Otherwise, King Solomon would have been bad because of his money. Otherwise, King David was worth $980 billion. I'm telling you, we've done calculations before. King Solomon was $2.6 trillion. If you combine the top 10 billionaires in the world, they don't even reach King Solomon's wealth. And yet, that man was the wisest man who ever lived together with having wealth. What is your programming hurting you? Why are you thinking that you don't deserve A, you just want C? Why do you do that? I don't even want A, all I want to do is to have C. It's wrong programming. You are being you've been programmed. See, when I say you've been programmed, I'm saying that you are like a robot who is following what is being said. No, you are God in this flesh. God, you were created in the image of a creator. The creativity of his creation is creative. Why do you belittle what you were You were created to have. Why do you do that to yourself? Why is it that when God wants to bless you, you're always rejecting it? God wants you to have 6 A's. You don't want it. God wants you to have a wonderful marriage. You don't want it. God wants you to become a diamond. You don't want it. God wants you to be earning $100,000 a month. You don't want it. Why are you doing that? You have been programmed. You have been programmed. And that has to be removed. And the only way to remove it is to continue getting information like this. That will change you. That will change the way your mind works. Now, let me tell you the second rule. Your second rule has to do with something known as the reticular activating system. Your reticular activating system. Now, please watch this 2-minute video.
Sifting and sorting through the data. Your subconscious mind is like a sponge that absorbs any and every information you expose to it without really sifting and sorting through the data. But not every piece of information you consume goes straight into the subconscious. Living in the modern world today, amongst the latest technological advancements, we are exposed to an enormous wealth of information and data every second. If our mind starts absorbing every single piece of information, we would surely go crazy. That is why nature has gifted humans with a marvel called the Reticular Activating System, or RAS for short. The Reticular Activating System in your brain acts like a filter. Out of 1 million pieces of information, it only selects the ones that correspond with your existing knowledge and beliefs. This function of the Reticular Activating System helps us make sense of the world around us by reaffirming our beliefs and thought patterns. The RAS is a very logical and scientific explanation of the law of attraction. This is why when we have a negative belief in our subconscious, the RAS looks out for more information in harmony with that belief, and as a result, we see more evidence of negative things, people, and circumstances in our life. So, a good way to bring powerful changes into our life is to retrain our reticular activating system. Following is a powerful technique that will rewire your RAS and will help you attract positive things and experiences related to what you want to achieve in your life. Before using this technique, make sure that you have at least some idea of what positive shifts you want to bring about in your life. Maybe you would want to get a job of your dreams, or maybe traveling all around the world will make you feel fulfilled. Every person is different, and so are the things they desire in life. For this practice, you just need to focus on what you want in your life. Once you have a good idea of the goal or vision in your mind, you can start this practice. First, find a comfortable and relaxing place to sit, where no outside noise can disturb you for a while. Make sure your phone is silent and you don't have urgent matters that need your immediate attention. Now very gently and calmly close your eyes and then bring your awareness to the inside. Start scanning your body, starting from your toes all the way up to the top of your head. Go through each body part and try to feel the sensations residing in every area. See if you can feel any sensations on your skin. Once you have mentally scanned your whole body, you will automatically feel a sense of peace and tranquility. Now bring your focus onto your breath and keep noticing how your body moves with every inhale and exhale. It's now time to envision a scene from the future where you are living the life of your dreams. Notice where you are. What do you see? Can you hear any voices? Whom are you surrounded by? Then start developing an emotion of intense gratitude and appreciation to be able to live the life of your dreams. Visualize this future scenario until you feel totally overwhelmed with the emotions of love, bliss, and joy.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is possible to manifest whatever you want. You know something? You are walking. Have you ever seen this thing on the street? You are walking, you saw somebody, but you didn't see the person, and then you moved on. Then the person called you, Ajwa, you saw me in town. You saw me. You were looking at me, Blagaja, and yet you bypassed me. And then you said, me is not true. I didn't see you. Then the person said, you were looking at me. Yes. Your eye is looking, but your mind is not looking. Ladies and gentlemen, reticular activating system is a powerful thing. But you see, when you activate that system, it gives you more. It gives you more of what you want because your mind has gone into the subconsciousness and you are telling the subconscious to bring you more. So if you want to particularly have a particular car, a car that is the beautiful car, let's say you want to have Maybach, the day that idea comes into your mind, even though you have not been seeing a lot of Maybach, the day it comes into your mind, now you start seeing more of the Maybach. Have you observed that? Because your RAS is calling for what you want. That is why Jesus said in Matthew chapter 5, verse 28, that if you continue to look at a man or a woman so as to release dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphin, as you release those chemicals, those coenzymes, your body will react in that process, and it is as though you have already had sex with a person. What's my point? If the body can actually do it when it hasn't done it, because you see the excitement you get, then it means that you can turn this thing in a positive way. It means that you can begin to think as though you have 6 A's. You can begin to think as though you are a diamond. You can begin to see yourself as having $20,000 every month, $100,000 every month, $1 million every month. You can begin to think like that. Write it down. Put it on your fridge. Put it on beside your bed. Write it down. Post it everywhere. Now, because your entire body is soaked into that, you will begin to see things that will give you those things. It's not magic. It is science. It is science. I have done it, and it's worked for me in my academic life. Okay, 3.97 GPA. It has also worked for me in my financial life. If you understand how your mind can give you whatever you want, your reticular activating system will manifest whatever you want for you. And that is why Napoleon Hill wrote the book, Think and Grow Rich. So from today going, begin to associate with people who are speaking these positive things. Some of the people you are associating with are too negative. Haven't you seen that? And forget, it won't happen. It's not true. Forget about it. And these people, they themselves, they are not doing well in life. They are not. See, if you go and talk to the people who are doing well in life, they will tell you that push through. That's what they will tell you. They will tell you that give it a try. They will tell you that do whatever you can. It will work. They will tell you that stay consistent. They will tell you that remain focused. They will tell you that stay on, move on. You are the average of the 5 people you associate with. And you got to really change some of your people around you. Some of the people around you, you have their contact numbers. The fact that you have their contact numbers alone is a reprogramming. There are some uncles. There are some nephews. There are some nieces. You have their numbers. Delete them. Delete. I mean, you had the numbers for over 20 years. What are they doing in your life? Delete them. There are some people you got to cut them off in your life because see, the way they have been programmed, whatever you are telling them, they won't get it. Let's move on. The next thing, rule number 3. We move in the direction of our most dominant thought. We move in the direction of our most dominant thought. Your most dominant thought. What is your most dominant thought? What is on your mind? What is on your mind right now? What is on your mind? That thing, is it on your mind yesterday? Is it on your mind the day before? Is it on your mind tomorrow? Will it be on your mind? That thing, if it dominates your mind, 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 you will move in that direction. I'll give you an example. If you think that, and I'm going to show you some charts. If you think that you can be a millionaire, you can be a millionaire. It is so clear in your mind. It's not wishful thinking, okay? It's so clear in your mind. And you know it, and you feel it. Even though you are a thousandaire, you don't have any million. But your mind is a million mind. Now, what is going to happen is that you are going to meet people that normally you would have bypassed. People who would have made you a millionaire, you are going to meet them whom you would have normally bypassed. But now you will meet them, but because your mind is dominated on this matter, you will say hello to them. They will also say hello to you. And eventually, you will connect with people that are of the same mindset. I'm telling you, it is a very powerful thing. Why? And this is why. Thoughts are things. Write it down. Thoughts are things. Thoughts are things. Okay. And you're right. Okay. Some people are too negative. Mauko. Some people have been baked with negativity. It is so true. And you don't want to associate with that. Okay. Association brings assumption. Carl, that is so true. The vicious cycle is there. Okay. Stephen is making that the more negative we think, the more negative we create. And just as before, as the opposite. If you think negative, you're going to get more negative. If you think you can't do it, forget it. Don't put in effort. If you think you can't do it, forget it. Don't put in effort. If you think you cannot do it, don't put in effort. Don't put in effort. You have killed your being before you start. Why are you doing? Why are you starting? You think you can't make it? You think you can't get an A, so why are you learning? Stop the school. You're wasting your time. If you think you can get A, if you believe you can get A, if you think you can get 6 A's, then learn. If you think you can be a diamond, then keep going around and talk to people. Keep going around and educate people. If you think you can be a millionaire, stay on the track. Because thoughts are things. Thoughts are things. Everything you see today is as a result of thought. Everything. The heaven is as a result of thought. The earth is as a result of thought. Now, Elon Musk has released the Optimus, the robot Optimus, the robot that can talk, that can cook, that can do all of this. Okay, it was thoughts manifested. Everything you see today is as a result of thoughts. When you have a negative state of mind, you produce a negative energy called frustration. And so you tend to do the thing, but you're frustrated. And your frustration shows in your voice, in your face, in everything. So whatever you are doing, because you have a negative mindset, because you are doubting whether you can even do it, because you don't even think that this is going to work. And so your thought process is manifested in your energies. Ladies and gentlemen, you are an energy being. You are energy. You are a vibrational being. You vibrate at your frequency. You vibrate at your frequency. If you are vibrating, see, the way I'm talking right now, I'm generating energy. And so your heart is pumping. Your mind is alert. Your body is agitated because you are smelling my energy. If I give you a check of $1 million, will you thank me? But you don't have $1 million. But I've given you a check of $1 million. It doesn't mean you have $1 million. But why are you excited? You are excited even though you don't actually have the $1 million, because your mind has activated an energy. It's called dopamine, oxytocin, and serotonin, and endorphin. Your mind has activated those things. Even though you don't have that money yet, you don't have it in your bank account yet, you don't have it under your bed, your brain is energized. You are happy because that thought has created things. The thought that you have has created the thing in your hand. Are you getting me? If you can see it in your mind, you can feel it in your hand. So why are you joking with your mind? Why are you keeping telling yourself the negative inclination of your thoughts? Why are you beating and slapping your mental powers? God does not do that. You are in the image of God. You are God's image. So why are you thinking that you don't deserve 7 A's? You don't deserve best marriage. You don't deserve 1,000. It's your programming. You have been programmed. You have been programmed. And it is hurting you. It is hurting your marriage. It's hurting your relationship. It's hurting your job. It's hurting your business. It's hurting your academic. It's like whatever you are doing, it is. See, when people are hurting, they are hurting everywhere. When people are winning, they are winning everywhere. I will win. You will win. Tell yourself that. Tell yourself that. Because your thoughts are things. Your thoughts are not just They are not air. Your thoughts are big. Your thoughts are things. Don't think jokingly. Let me tell you something. Your programming creates your thoughts. Your thoughts create your feelings. So watch it all. The way you've been programmed in the past, that's why you have to reprogram your mind. Now, your programming creates your thought process. Then your thought process, which are things but you don't know, your thought process creates a feeling. That's why I gave you the example. If I give you a check, your thought process is that you have money, but you don't have the money, but it creates a feeling of joy. Then you take action to go to the bank. So feelings create action. So anytime you don't feel like doing it, if you don't feel like learning, if you don't feel like making the calls, if you don't feel like talking to someone, if you don't feel like doing it, it means that your thought process is wrong. Your programming is bad. And so the action is as a result of the feeling. You are not feeling that the person I'm going to talk to will react positively to me. You started thinking that the person will not even mind me. And that thought process is affecting. You've concluded. You've concluded that management science is hard. You've concluded that statistics for data science is hard. You've concluded already that the thing is hard. So why are you learning? Why are you learning? Why are you learning? Why are you learning? Why? You think the thing is hard. Why are you doing it? Change your thoughts. It will be easy. You will take the action. And the action you will take time. Over time, the action will create the result. The result will manifest itself. You will have a visual cycle and you will have a lifestyle that you dream of. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been doing whatever you've been doing for 20 years, 30 years, 5 years, 10 years. What has resulted? I'm teaching you a better thing. I'm telling you, what I'm teaching you will change your life. Will change your life. Have a positive mindset in the action you are taking. And your lifestyle will turn around. We are getting to the end. As we get to the end, I want you to watch this video. And then after that, I'll conclude my message for you. Let's watch.
Over 2 hours from Bamiyanku. Walking for over 2 hours from Bamiyanku to locate Big Man at Kukuville was not an exercise in futility, as the mere sight of him going about his chores sent goose pimples all over down the body of the news team. He is happily married to beautiful Alice Ishen, and the couple is blessed with 4 males, of which the eldest son, Evans Quayson, 16 years of age, and a second-year student of Kakim Technical Institute. Residents confirmed that this 5-bedroom house roofed with bamboo, which he occupies with his family, was built by himself. Whenever there is a leakage, he climbs a ladder unassisted to the top of the building and replaces the damaged ones with new bamboo sticks. Big Man believes that one cannot do just one business today and expect to be successful. So, in addition to his other engagements, he burns charcoal and sells them in sacks to supplement his income. It is marveling to see him move slowly through this cold brook with sacks on his head as he returns from the site where he burns the charcoal. He then hires people to bring the sacks of charcoal to the house from where they are sold to his customers. Big Man owns a farm, clears the weeds all by himself. The trip by the news team would not have been rewarding if they had not accompanied him to his 2-acre cocoa farm. Big Man had to crawl for almost an hour to arrive at his farm, a sight which could soften the stony heart of the most obstinate man. Seeing him squat with a cutlass in hand, as he weeds in his 2-acre cocoa farm is a spectacle. A display of his best maize farm certificate is enough to prove his mettle. Begman tells the news team that but for a flood which destroyed his farm 2 years ago, he would have been harvesting cocoa by now. A wheelchair donated to him by a philanthropist about 3 years ago is not functioning. In spite of his tight schedules, Begman is the head of the Adriana family and the secretary to the Sacred Action Church at Cocoaville. Duties he performs satisfactorily. His urgent needs are a motor-powered wheelchair that will enhance his movements and financial support to expand his cocoa farm.
Life does not reward you according to your wish. Life rewards you according to the quality of your thought. Begman could have sat down and said that I'm disabled. God will even understand me. He has a 2-acre cocoa farm. He weeds it all by himself. He is not relying only on God to throw manna from heaven. His thoughts are creating his things. Thoughts are not just powerful. Ladies and gentlemen, thoughts are power. The way you have been programmed, it requires you to take some painful, drastic action now. Because come hell or high water, you got to do what you got to do to get to where you are going. I promise you that if you are willing to cross your Red Sea, no matter how deep that Red Sea is, you will by all means pass through the desert, but you will reach your promised land. It has to be hard for you to appreciate it. But you got to program and reprogram yourself and tell yourself, I will until. Everybody type it there. I will until. I will fight the battle of my life before I can win the war of my life. I will do whatever it takes to take me from where I am, to go to where I have dreamed, I have prepared, I have decided that I want to go. That I will do whatever it takes. Because without it, I will or perish. Without winning, people will laugh at me. Without winning, I will lose the joy, even for myself. That I will do anything that I got to do. I will change my mind. I will recondition my mind. I will bring myself closer to the fire. I will always come here. I will always learn. I will always walk on the path. And I will win. I will win. I will win. Because my future will tell me whether I won or not. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say a big thank you to all of you for being on the first part of our reprogramming of the mind. It's been a joy having all of you here. It's been a super joy. I am on fire. I want to say a big thank you to Sarah, to Dr., to Stella, to Naomi, to Rita, to Dr. Dorothy, to Odelia, to Bibiana. Every single person who has been on this call, it's been a joy. It's been a joy. It's been a joy having all of you. Let's go tell the world, reprogram your mind. Reprogram your mind. Reprogram your mind. You too were created in the image of a creator whose creativity in his creation is creative. You too cannot remain and complain about a government. Complain. Don't complain about a government. Don't complain about election. Don't complain about a country. Don't complain about churches. Don't complain about anything. You are in charge. You are the thought. You are your alpha. You are your omega. You are the beginner. You are your end. If everything falls, you caused it. If everything rises, you caused it. You are the winner and you are the loser. You make it happen. God has given you wisdom. Whether you serve him or not, he will reign his reign. But make sure you have a barrel. Make sure you have a barrel ready. Because as for the rain, it is coming. It will go to everybody. But you are the one that makes the decision. You are the one who will stand tall. You will have to remain in Noah's Ark because the rain is not going to end now. It will rain for 40 days and 40 nights. And even after that, it will take a year for the water to leave. But you will remain in the ark. You will stay on your level ground. You will fight every fight. See, sometimes in life, you have to add sacrifice to it. You have to add sacrifice. It's not going to be easy tomorrow. I promise you that. It will not be easy a day after tomorrow. I promise you that too. It will not be easy the day after tomorrow. I promise you that. But I also promise you that in 2 years, you will be smiling. You will be standing on your acre of diamonds. You will be standing 3 feet down your gold. You will achieve whatever. Don't say amen, because you made it happen. Because everyone has been given the opportunity. Those who make it happen will make it happen. I'm telling you, there are people who don't believe in God and they are making it happen. Because God is inside. God has given you and I the knowledge to create and manifest everything. He has given you power beyond. You are not an animal. You are not an animal. You are a human being. He said, let us make man in our. You are God. You are God. So begin to tell yourself that you will make it. And from today, reprogram your mind. Anything that is hard, say, bring it on. When you feel that the thing is hard, tell yourself, bring it on. I will until. I will until. I will until. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Have a wonderful evening. And let's go tell the world. We'll meet again tomorrow. Tomorrow, we are going to have one of the biggest important program about our project. This project is a technological advancement project. I will do it here tomorrow at 6 p.m. GMT. 6 p.m. GMT. We will send the link across. If you like, you can join us. We have training. We have knowledge pouring every single day, free. Take advantage of those advantages. And remember, time is your friend. Don't let it be your enemy. It doesn't matter how long it takes. Do you know how long it took for Jesus to come down? Over 2,000 years. Okay. From the creative process, it took about 4,000 years before he arrived. And God was waiting. He was still trying. He was fighting. You know how long he dealt with his Israelites? It would take time. But eventually, I will until. Thank you. Have a wonderful evening. And bye-bye to everyone.